tea, like a weird, interesting black tea. This is a tea leaf, not good coffee. Okay, be careful the knife. Hey, one scoop. It's very, very light. Everything on the light side, and just check the beans. That's normally my first attempt. Central roaster. All right, it's on it. Let's go. Smell really good. Super floral. Let's find out. Let's brew it. Yeah, it seems too light. So I stopped earlier before the profile I chose finished. I just, because I smell the floral notes, there's a really, really good floral aroma coming out. So I just want to find out how will the coffee taste like that if I drop at that moment. So here we go. See the color? See the wrinkle on the beans? Yeah, it's kind of like a really light. It's a sign like a super light roast. Because the surface is not exactly like a fully extended. I normally like roasted beans. You're gonna see like that. A little bit too much on the beans, but let's taste it. You know, we don't have time to let it rest. We're gonna brew it right away. All right, 15. One more. Smell raw. Kind of underdeveloped. Love it. Probably, yeah, pretty, yeah, we already know. Let's see how underdeveloped it is. Maybe grassy. Makes sense. Um, the teaish notes really strong. It's carried over since from the green. It's interesting actually. Also probably from the fermentation. Let's read the beans a little bit more. It's about 24-degree bricks. That's the sweetness of the cherry. So the cherry harvest is really sweet. Are soaked in water for 4 hours and clean the exterior of the fruit. Sort out floaters. Hydrate the fruit. Next, cherries undergo an initial anoxic fermentation for 12 hours with fresh passion fruit. So it's a fresh passion fruit. It's not dehydrated passion fruit powder. That's unique. You know, fresh fruit. You can even it's called ferment. You can taste from the coffee. It's not. It doesn't taste like artificial. If you taste the coffee, it tastes like artificially flavored. Even it's not artificial flavor added. It's still normally they use dehydrated fruit powder mix get into evolve into the fermentation. So Edwin used fresh passion fruits industry. So basically, when you ferment the cherries, you infuse the cherry with the juice, fruit. From the fruit. So it doesn't say. Oh yeah, it said coffee muscle. That means coffee juice from coffee cherry. Yeah, the coffee is it's the same as our Galaxy Hops Geisha. So I think that probably Edwin's process. The coffee is then depulped, leaving 50% of mucilage intact for a second and anoxic fermentation, anaerobic fermentation, with the passion fruit and the coffee muscle for another 12 hours. So depulp the cherry after the first fermentation and ferment it again. Finally, the coffee is removed from the fermentation tank and allowed to dry 26 days on the raised bed. So it's naturally dried. It's not mechanically dried. It gives you more flavor. Oh, like any food, dehydrated like dehydrated seafood, sun dried, it tastes very different from mechanical dried. Mushroom, same. Sun dried tastes more complex flavor than machine dried. Okay, and the dried parchment is then stored in the green pro bag for 10 days to stabilize before the lots. So exported. So the coffee we get, yeah, that's the coffee we get. That's why it smell really uh, interesting notes. I guess is from the juice. The black teaish notes is from the coffee juice. And then now I know is they yeah he used passion fruit. Let's taste again. To be honest, I didn't realize it's co-ferments. This is co-fermented coffee. I didn't realize. I thought it's some sort of like a multiple stage fermented coffee, like Edwin always does. But hard to say. Co-ferments. It's just to me, it's like a really interesting tea. But I didn't roast it right. It's too light. So to find out, I think better way to find out is roast another batch, a little bit longer, develop a bit longer. Let's try again. Only a few minutes. So we use the default recipe. It's light and the short development. Everything default in the app. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to the graph editor. You're gonna see that. See here what the machine does, right? So we're gonna extend it. So what I'm gonna do is so I'm gonna rise this a little bit and rise this a little bit. I'm not gonna change the time. Just just more developments. But in the faster pace. Let's see what's gonna happen. I can't smell this. This is the smell I like last batch. That's why I dropped earlier. Smell it. It's floral. So I dropped earlier last time. It just because it smells so. It's like a perfume. But now we're gonna finish this. Let it finish the whole roast. I'm not gonna mess up. It smells so good. I do 20. See the beans. See here. It's different from the first batch. See the wrinkle, last wrinkle, right? Wow. See this one. You can tell it's too light. See the beans has a lot of wrinkle on it. See the surface? Yeah. And see the surface? It's more extended. It's more smooth. So yeah, it's basically just darker, yeah. But I roasted in the same time, within the same time. But that's fine. We're not teaching roasting today. Just something interesting. Okay. Starts. But also, the first batch we tasted it, it's too fresh. We don't know what will that taste tomorrow. Maybe better than this one, but we just want to find out what the beans can taste like. That second round definitely juicier, more body, even it's darker. See, it's different. Doesn't mean lighter you get more acidity. You just need to develop. It's a overall taste. It's still too hot, but first thing I guess more body. But that Masato-ish taste is kind of like getting weaker. I still didn't taste the passion fruits. I think the aftertaste is passion fruit because passion fruit has a weird lingering. I think that I can find in the aftertaste. But the fermentation um, notes from this coffee is always interesting to me. I don't know how to describe. To me, it's like a weird tea still. And with this coffee, it's more body from the juicy notes, so more tartness, more vibrance. Um, it's still not perfect. I think for this batch, I can do back a little bit lighter, but I wanna extend the roasting time to give me a little bit more time to drop at the perfect time. Yeah, it has a little bit honeyish finish too. It's interesting. Try it. Yeah, I think we need another batch. So so far the temperature dropped, but to me the tartness is a little bit too high. Kind of like it lingers too long. It doesn't transfer to sweetness right away. I like that kind of like experience, but I'm not sure because they are not supposed to be brewed right after roasting, so we don't know. But I still want to give another batch because I have some idea I want to try. I want to so this is not going to be accurate, just sample roaster. We just want to try to find out the potential of this coffee. But right now, I want to round it a little bit, but I don't want to roast it darker. So I will do what I'll do is I will extend the roasting time a little bit, so we create more no complexity during the roasting, but we don't also give a little bit more time to degrade the acidity to just break it down a bit more, but we are not going to roast it too dark. I'm even not darker than this. So that's what I want to try just with my sample roaster. But tomorrow I'm gonna taste them all again, and then find out the profile. When I move on my production roaster, actually it's easier for me to profile it because I can smell my coffee, simultaneously all the time. So that's easier for me to nail the perfect profile. But here, because basically it's digital control, we cannot get involved too much during the whole roasting process. So yeah, that's kind of like the part I didn't like. Um, but anyway, we need to find out the potential, so we're gonna roast another batch with a plan I made. Let's just try to find out, and then we're gonna move on to production roaster. You know what? I do this. Let's see how long time we roast. 6 minutes, a little bit more. 609 seconds. Let's go to sample roast washed. Okay, this is the profile I like. Let's try this. Give a little. You are still filming? Yeah, this is a weird structure, weird roasting idea, but it's not that weird. It's just you pull the temperature up really soon means to dry the beans faster, but I give a dip, so give the freeze after drying the Maillard and the part of the caramelization reaction a little bit more time to create a little bit more complexity, more compound, which is more chemical reaction. Yeah, that's the idea for this one. So I'll try with this one, and the temperature seems same as the one we just finished, and a little bit longer time. That one was dropped at 6 minutes 9 seconds. This one is like we can shorten it. We can shorten to same like 6 minutes 9 seconds. Perfect. Oh, 8. Okay, 10. Save. Create new recipe. I'm already jittery.
Same. What do you smell it?
Smell more smooth. So I'm not gonna give a taste. Definitely better. So the juicy body is still there. The sharpness is gone. Interesting. Interesting. A sample roaster can do a different job. Can give you a different batch of coffee. Mm. The black tea-ish, weird tea-ish. It's like a herbal tea-ish. From the masterful, still there. The floralness is not here. That floralness I only found from the first batch when I roasted. I don't know, maybe it's just coincidence. It's interesting to me. It smells like a perfume, but I didn't find it here. And the passion fruit-ish aftertaste, I assume, still lingers. So compared to the second batch, I think I did something that works. Worked to round up the acidity. So it's not linger. It doesn't linger that long. It's not that sharp, and it's more smooth. I think, yeah, we're gonna use this logic. For this coffee, you need to roast a little bit slower, and it apply to any anaerobic fermented coffees because like the process is pretty long. The beans texture is a little bit different, so you always do slow approach. So that makes sense now. So we're gonna do a little bit gentle roast to approach to the ideal roasting level. Yeah. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on to the production roaster and see what we can get. But I will pay 200% full attention for that batch. Taste it again.